It's Wrestlemania! I'm Kellen Nitro. Welcome to Wrestlemania weekend. Welcome to Wrestlemania Goes Hollywood Night 1 in review and an opinion here on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. I can't do this by myself, so I'm going to bring in our two guest contributors tonight right off the back to say hello. Of course, you know him, you love him. From the TL Cave, it's Mr. TL. How are you, sir?
I'm better than you, apparently. You almost died in that intro.
I caught up on a hairball when I tried to go full McMahon, and then that was it. It was over.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, it did, for sure. We will await our third party shortly that will join us, but I would take this time to tell everybody to, like, subscribe, share the link around tonight. Going to do some discussion on WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania 39, live from the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Woo! WrestleMania Goes Hollywood! There we go. And then I could just pop that up like that. Boom. And I think he's jumped back on. He is. All right. Our second contributor tonight, Mr. Morehouse. Hey. Technically here in person, on location, by the way, too. So thank you very much for zapping in, beaming in, I guess.
You're welcome. Yes.
How are things? First, I guess we'll get to just a general lie of the land of the show here after. Does the show itself leave you feeling good vibes for going into tomorrow night? Everybody?
I'm more excited for tomorrow night to begin with.
Yeah, it seems
always felt like the B WrestleMania show.
Yeah.
It was a good show, but yeah, no, I'm definitely more excited for tomorrow's matches.
Cool. TL, how about you?
It definitely ended on a really big high. Yeah, but I think I'm really excited now for night 2.
Yeah, I think so. Well, night 2 to me always looked like, well, here is the full rundown of the card here. Sorry, Morehouse, we got to cover your face up with this, but trust me, he still is there, everybody. But this was the full card Saturday for WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Of course, the big headlined match was the opener, which we knew was the opener going through. And I guess that'll be the match that we start with here. But first, we have to bring forth the streak, the undefeated streak here on the channel. Ooh, Undertaker! Yes, the Nitrostake, the Undertaker is rolling right now with the WrestleMania 39 results, telling you your wins, your losses, your match times. Brought to you by Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Yes, you can make it do things because it's Wikipedia. Ooh, there we go. That's not paid plug or anything, but the information is from the Wikimasters as well. Go to my Twitter right now, at Kellen Nitro on Twitter. Vote in the match of the night poll. As we started, we had a deadlock heat between Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and the Usos, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. So let's get that split, everybody. Let's get a definitive winner of your pick for match of the night, because no one wants a tie. You want a definitive winner when you do something like that. We want a definite result. Right? Right. So
I just wanted you to run as long as you could go by yourself solo, although 2 people are here. Just see how you do.
Exactly. It was awesome. No, perfect. Just let me go here, guys. So that's it. So let's start with our opener. It was Austin Theory versus John Cena, your United States Championship match. And the runtime for this thing was 11 minutes and 20 seconds, with Austin Theory picking up the victory over John Cena in a pretty, in my opinion, it was a fairly fair to Midland opener. Nothing overtly spectacular in this thing other than, Fury looking semi-good through part of it and John Cena hitting his greatest hits. And then at the end, the finish of this thing was, there was an attitude adjustment attempt by Cena. The ref gets knocked out. It's the STF. I still call it the STFU. The STFU crossface, but no ref. Fury's tapping, but of course there's no ref in there. And then when Cena gets back up, Fury nails a low blow. The A-Town down for the 1-2-3. So your typical WWE post-match trickery afoot in this thing. But as an opener, what did you guys think of it as for the weekend and for everything in general, basically?
The floor is yours.
Yeah, so I felt like I traveled to the year 2012 again, watching John Cena. However, he has clearly lost skill and risk. So I thought he fought a very safe match that doesn't have any reason to end his Hollywood career.
No.
And he did the job. That's what I think.
Kind of subtle nods to his character too, with a little bit of the Peacemaker colors. So he was kind of blended into his, you can't see me type stuff. A little bit kind of a G.I. Joe meets Peacemaker look tonight with his gear and that stuff. So I'll go before you, TL, here. I think again it was a decent opener, nothing spectacular. You kind of get what you get with Cena at this point. You're not going to have him go 20 or 30 minutes anymore with anybody, I don't think. He's basically like a big Hollywood star coming to wrestle on your card, right? And so that's the way you look at it. But I think that I think that it was kind of cool to honor his legacy with Make-A-Wish, with all the Make-A-Wish kids in his entrance. That was pretty cool. We completely blew through the opening of WrestleMania itself, but there wasn't really anything to write home about there. I think some of the cool things about this match was they announced that Michael Cole is calling in his 22nd WrestleMania this weekend. And this is going back to WrestleMania 13. And I'm sorry, guys, for making you feel old. Trust me, I felt old when I heard that number. That's already been 22 straight for Michael Cole, which is crazy. So, so just rewinding a little bit back, the two things I wanted to really hit on from the intro was Kevin Hart in the WrestleMania intro. Very funny, but we'll see if they've done a separate intro for tomorrow night, because past few years they've kind of rode the same intro on the 2 night things, and it's kind of annoying on that. Some girl named Becky G with America the Beautiful, and it was very beautiful and very good. So there we go. And The Miz and Snoop Dogg opening up things in the ring prior to the match. That's an odd couple, is it not, TL? Holy jeez.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
Mm-hmm. I know what to say about that. Weird. It was just very weird. And so TL, again, the opener with Austin Theory, John Cena, your thoughts?
To start off, did Austin Theory's wall not work? He had his entrance, you could see like his legs, and then the wall wouldn't come up any higher.
It was a slow-moving lift on that door.
They better get that fixed for the Cody Vader for tomorrow night.
Oh my.
That's all I gotta say. The Cody Vader might not be working.
Although that would be very meme-worthy if it just gets stuck.
Well, kind of did on the Monday night, the Raw after Mania last year. They kind of popped to him, and you could just see his head popping over top. It was like all hail the big giant head for a few minutes.
Oh my. For an opener, this was kind of junk. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
It wasn't like botch filled or anything. It was just, this is not WrestleMania caliber. Sorry. I should have you know what? We've been watching a lot of old wrestling lately.
We have.
And WrestleMania kind of sucks the more you go through it. It really does. So
you're giving Greg Valentine a bad name right now.
So I guess this is in line with WrestleManias of the past, where your opener is kind of junk. It's just something to get people used to looking at a ring with action in it. So I guess it served its purpose. But I mean, like, logically, Cena's an idiot. He's such an idiot. He's been the champion I don't know how many times. He's been wrestling for so many years, and he still doesn't know that the referee is out. Austin Theory tapping on the ground. Oh, I won with the STF. Yay. And that's how John Cena releases the hold, only to get low blowed a second later. I'm like, are you an idiot? Aren't you a veteran at this? Stupid logic.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
crazy stuff for sure. But yeah, the young kid kind of came in and made Cena look like a fool there.
Cena made himself look like a fool.
That's true.
Cena was very soft, very, very soft. Like he had put no pressure on his finishers at all. Like STF looked like I can sit in there all day.
Yeah, very comfortable. So
also, what was kind of icky was that, and I say icky because he didn't have a tan, so Cena looked Sheamus white or pale for the first time ever.
Yeah,
and it was really jarring. I was just like, ugh. Also, he continues his streak of having the worst super entrances of all time.
Yeah, with him, it's kind of his more imaginative entrances are kind of lacking. I think the only one that I really liked recently was the one I was in person for in New York back in 2019 at 35 when they did the whole Babe Ruth cross John Cena thing. It's like, the Bambino's back, right? I mean, I kind of like that, but that's just because
I do like the Detroit one with the Corvette. That was a cool one.
Okay, yeah. So
the one where he was supposed to do a nice
he's gonna do
drift into the glass, but he didn't, so he had to stop and back up and turn. And go.
Yeah.
Well, that was lame.
They take a swig of water and it goes out my nose.
To me, Cena he's always failed at his super entrances. They've always been some kind of lame because he's a lame-o. He just is. It's in his DNA. He's just lame.
He's just lame. Yeah.
He's a lame dude.
All right. Well, enough talk on the opener. We'll get into the meat of the card as we continue. If you have a question or comment for us, please use the comment the comment box. Don't be a comment bot, but be active in the comment box on YouTube and on Facebook as well, wherever you're watching this. So again, we're streaming live, just kind of recapping a WrestleMania Goes Hollywood Night 1. On my right, it's Mr. TL. Below me, it is That Morehouse, who is technically here. we don't know how long his connection will last, but we hope it will be throughout the entire show. So we'll get cracking here with our second matchup, and it was our first showcase match of the weekend. These are kind of slapped together last minute tag team matches to showcase the tag team depth of WWE, where you had Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. The runtime on this bad boy was 8 minutes and 30 seconds, with Tez and Ford, the Street Profits, beating everybody else in what I thought was kind of a weird, wild, kooky finish, but it got a pop from the crowd, so it must have worked, with Ricochet hitting the shooting star to the outside. And I think the way they shot that might make all the openings for all the B programs, like main event and that stuff, for the rest of the year, because it was kind of an artsy angle that they shot it with. I think they might be taping that for something in the future, probably, or going to use it. And it was kind of cool. It kind of flew over top of the camera and then down, which was kind of neat. He tries that move again on Dawkins on the inside. Dawkins blocks it, though, and turns it into a surfboard, allowing Tez to make his way off the top rope and land the 1-2 free count off of that. Street Profits again. I think when we were looking at this program, when it started and that stuff, it's been very brief that we've had these four teams together, that we knew that they were going to meet at Mania. But I think that Strowman, Ricochet, and or Street Profits were probably looking to win this one. I mean, the Viking Raiders are basically a throwback tag team to the early 90s of weird gimmicks. I mean, you could throw the Berserker in there with Valhalla and it could be like the Vikings or something. I don't know. It just doesn't work. And then Gable and Otis are heading to Splitsville anyway, because Otis is going to join the Maximum Male Models stable probably over the next few weeks or so, to kind of give that a sort of kind of fresh coat of paint, I guess. I don't know, but it's something for him to jump brands and that stuff. And I think Gable is finally going to get that singles push that people have been asking for a while. But I've seen DL getting less and less animated as I continue this description. So I'll let him go first. I think this match was filler is what it was. So that's just my opinion on it.
Exactly. This match was filler. It was a glorified SmackDown match with a nice little ending so people can go, whoa, and actually get up on their feet for once, because the Cena match damn sure didn't do it. But yeah, that's kind of all this was. In essence, this should have been the opener. And,
okay, yeah.
This would have worked better as an opener, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, yeah, it was just some nice filler.
Mm-hmm.
Next. Oh, sorry, Morehouse, go ahead.
Morehouse, go. Yes.
Same thought. It was just here's your 6-7 minutes to go, show your shot, and go backstage. There's no point to the match, no build, no chemistry. I'm watching with my brother, who's not really a big wrestling fan, and we couldn't just get over the fact that why do we see Vikings in a modern day world, and why do they choose professional wrestling over raiding villages or whatnot?
And why is one of them named Valhalla? Like, does she literally have on her driver's license Miss Valerie Halla or something like that?
Yeah. Valerie Halla.
She'd like to get a bank loan, please.
Yes, exactly. She's building a giant ark in her backyard and needs to prepare for Ragnarok or whatever. So anyways, there we go. Up next here, I actually like this next bit here just prior to the Logan Paul Seth Rollins thing. I know it was a plug for up down down in some sort of fashion, I think mixing up with the video game with 2K23, but I loved having the integration of the up down down crew kind of showing their results of their simulation a little bit. I don't personally watch as much up down down as many people else might or will or something like that. I'm more of a New Legacy Inc. guy. I haven't seen their simulation yet, but I'm going to probably pop that in after we're done live tonight and catch that and see what happens with that. But I've liked that integration there. That was kind of cool, as opposed to, WWE a year ago trying to snuff out everybody's social media side gigs and that stuff and whatever. Integrate it into the program. Why not? Give it a shot, right?
Next.
Yeah,
my app crashed during the segment, so I missed it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I missed anything.
They just did like a simulation where it's like, yes, in this match, 1-on-1, Seth Rollins will beat Logan Paul 58% of the time or something like that. It was like, oh, okay, well, whatever, that's fine.
I skipped all that junk.
Nerds.
Yes,
Nerds.
It's very nerdy stuff. Very nerdy stuff. Our next contest, we have the Maverick Logan Paul versus Seth freaking Rollins, and this thing went what was runtime? 16 minutes and 15 seconds. And do we want to get around to the fuckery of this? And that's up to me. It was kind of like an old school WWF gimmicky match from like the early to mid 90s that you would see at any WrestleMania, any SummerSlam during then. A lot of chicanery and trickery and just
not
a little bit of wrestling, but
no, not at first, because at first they are doing headlocks, they are doing proper moves. They do that for a very long time until they go to the outside and they realize that the man dressed as a Prime bottle, a bottle of sports drink that is the brand of Logan Paul, is actually KSI, his frenemy that he became famous. You're holding a bottle of Prime, for the love of God. Would you put that down? Put down that piss water.
I don't associate with the producer of that product.
Yeah,
we will go into the shank of the evening after this match. This is
but they weren't wrestling properly until they had to do that spot where looks like Rollins going to get put through a table by a Logan Paul on the top rope, flashing for the camera, taking a drink of his or sip of his drink and spinning it out like Triple H, goes for the elbow drop, and Rollins puts KSI in the table right in time to take the damage. Funny spot. Really funny, because he's a man wearing a bottle outfit made of crash pad material, it was funny.
It was like watching the padded guy at like every single attack dog training seminar, basically walking around.
Yeah, kind of the dog suit on. But I mean, the most part actually is like Logan Paul's really good at this.
Yeah,
and I enjoy that he gets it. Like, he came to the ring on a zip line with a live mic attached, which was to me better than whatever the fuck Seth Rollins
That was
did.
sick. That was sick. I like that. That was fun.
It was a Shawn Michaels 96 entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of an homage to that. But Shawn, Shawn was kind of not smart talking, but revving up the crowd by going down in 96. You can see him talking. He's like, whoa, yeah, I'm having fun. Woo, Shawn Michaels, look at me, Whereas tonight, they actually mic'd up Logan Paul. And I thought that added to the entrance like a billion times better. Just let him smart mouth the crowd.
Yeah.
You're one of the biggest heels in
you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, you're anywhere. You're one of the biggest heels in anything. So just smart talk the crowd.
He is so good at it. He's even wearing, he knows he's getting booed. He knows he's the bad guy. He is still wearing LA Rams colored gear in SoFi Stadium just for the extra boos because he knows it's not going to win him any points. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. He really gets it. And then Seth Rollins comes out, look like he's wearing red wrapping paper or some kind of shit.
The closer I looked at it, looked like a Wolverine outfit versus a Magneto outfit.
Interesting.
Because the bottom has the Magneto boots.
So it's kind of like a X-Men battle.
Yes, where Magneto wins because, he can control metal. So
no, there you go. Was never big into comic books, so that's why I was just kind of like, okay. That's not my vibe, not my wheelhouse. But yeah, enjoyable match. I enjoyed it. The spot where Rollins is on the announce table and KSI has been revealed as the bottle man, I guess, and it's doing his little influencer thing with the selfie with the phone and that stuff. And right at the last second, Rollins pulls KSI in, and Rollins and Paul nails the Phoenix Splash from the top of the thing right through the table. That was just hilarious. I thought that was a great spot. It was awesome. Great pop. Yeah, great awesome spot. Pop. Yep. And this is bring this up here first, and then I got a gimmick I'm going to run with here. But are we entering an era now where within the next year or so, we're going to see two celebrities go head-to-head at WrestleMania in a one-on-one match?
Who?
Because you have a pool of free that can go right now.
Who are the three?
Bad Bunny, Pat McAfee, and Logan Paul.
Why can't you say Pat McAfee?
What did you say? Pat McAfee?
Sorry, Pat McAfee. Yes, that's right. Pat McAfee. There we go. Yes. I'm thinking virus scans here. What's going on? Okay. So anyways, but you have those free that can wrestle. Do you foresee maybe over the next 12 months or something, maybe we get a Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul, for example?
They'd have to be in a tag team with actual veteran wrestlers.
So not quite yet for a singles one, but maybe a double or a tag,
which has been done before.
It has. Well, it's a proven formula. We have comments. Ooh, who's got that? Enjoy your. Okay, well, Joseph Priestley, enjoy your $5 piss water. It was $3.99, sir. Good sir. So there we go. And I have never tried this, so it's time for the shank of the evening. It is Kellen Nitro tries Prime for the first time. From what I understand of this is a it's not a energy drink. It's like a Gatorade or a Powerade type thing. It's
sugar water.
Yeah,
sugar water.
Supposedly,
it's a sugar-free sports drink.
Yes. So this is Ice Pop, apparently. It looks like a freezy.
Like a rocket pop.
Yeah, like a rocket pop. So this is the first time ever I've tried this, everybody. So. Ooh, that's tangy and sweet.
Like lemonade?
No, like Slurpee syrup.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my initial feelings on it is that's way too tangy and sweet for my taste buds. I just was like, whoa. I took a first hit of it, but then when I swallowed it, it goes down surprisingly easy for something that's sweet. It's like, wow, okay. Crazy. Would I get again or try again? Probably not. But
would you use it when working out?
Oh, definitely not. No.
Then it's a useless product.
I'm a BioSteel / Powerade fan most of the time if it's on sale. Otherwise,
I'm a Gatorade Zero kind of person.
Okay. Yeah.
Water, just water.
You're just a water guy? Yeah, the water works too. So that's it. So again, Joseph, I don't know if it's necessarily like a piss water type thing, but it is very
maybe diabetic piss water.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
It's sweet, tangy, and clear. I need to see a doctor.
Exactly. So there we go.
But it tastes so good.
So that was the shank of the evening. Kellen Nitro tries Prime for the first time and probably the last.
Well, you gotta finish it. You can't let it go to waste.
Oh no, I gotta I'll finish the bottle. Yeah, I have a bottle of water right here, right beside wash it out too. So, but anyways, there we go.
More wrestling things.
Yes, exactly. See what we're going on here. Well, there was a bit of a break, and then we went right into our next contest, which was Damage Control versus Ladies All-Star Team. So we had Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus. Of course, Becky Lynch and Lita are the women's tag team champions right now versus Damage Control. Kind of surprising in the build of this match, they didn't put the women's tag team titles on the line. You could have signed it for like a special free-on-free step, you know. But Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch defeated Damage Control, which was Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky by pinfall. 6-woman tag match, of course, 14 minutes and 40 seconds. Guys, basically this was fill for time fill.
A nice little greatest hits from the old girls.
Yes.
I will always find it hilarious that both Lita and Io Sky, their moonsault has 0 vertical. Like they just start declining as soon as they jump.
Well, with the normal moonsault, you see guys like even Vader back in the day at his heaviest weight, like 450, he'd do the moonsault, but he would go up a little bit.
Yeah, you're supposed to get a little bit of up before you start falling back.
These guys,
girls just immediately.
There's no up and out.
There's no up. It's just back.
Yes, exactly.
Good to see that they could all still work. It wasn't much of a clusterfuck as I thought it would be. Yeah, go Team Cheekbones. Good for them.
Woo! Yes.
Yeah, agreed. You had a good point. It was like the all-star hits versus, Bayley's team. And yeah, they put in the all-star effort, which is just enough to get the fans happy, but not too much. Filler match, there was no story. It was just...
There was a bit of a story, but the story was actually Bayley and Becky. They just had to jump in the rest of the gang because...
Yeah, because they're like, well, we can do WrestleMania date.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's one time per year and that stuff. And I think it was kind of cool to see them team with Becky because you have of only the greatest women's stars in WWE history, but those 3 are probably in everybody's top 5 or at least top 10. So having them, go up against another great in Bayley and 2 women who are striving for that greatness with Io Sky and Dakota Kai, I think that was kind of they'll look back on that as, we booked this, and this is kind of like I don't want to say it was a torch changing hands moment, but it was kind of a meeting of the eras, a little bit.
Well, it definitely wasn't torch changing because the new girls didn't win.
No, definitely not. But, you had some from the, not the new generation, the Ruthless Aggression era with Trish and Lita. You had Becky and Bayley, who were, the 4 Horsewomen era. And then you've got, the current days with Io Sky and Dakota Kai. So, I mean, the match itself, Phil, but
T-Bones.
T-Bones.
Oh, one thing, at least Lita innovated a new move. That was kind of cool. She did a Spider-Man hang off of the top rope and then pulled in, I think it was Dakota Kai into a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah.
Hey, she's still inventing shit. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. Yep, for sure. So, but hey, it was what it is. It's WrestleMania. You're going to get the legends involved some way on the card. And we'll probably see more legends involvement tomorrow night on the card as well, too, as we get to that.
Next.
We're moving on. This one was a good one. Moving on down the card here. The Mysterios going head-to-head with Rey and Dominic. Where's the thing? There we go. It was father against son. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Trivia before we get into this match, gentlemen. This was the first father versus son match in WrestleMania, or in about a 22-year history, 22-year gap in WrestleMania. Name the participants and the event that the first ever father versus son match was, and TL was the first with his hand up, so we'll go to him first.
Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon, WCW versus WWF, and then Linda McMahon came out of a comatose state to kick one of them in the nuts.
Yes, but what's the event?
I don't know. They just 17.
Morehouse, I'll let you steal the remaining half point there. What was the real brand name of the event?
It was WrestleMania 17, what Mr. TL said before I did.
Oh, both of you guys don't get it. WrestleMania X7. You got to go with the brand name.
Oh, shut up. Will you stop?
But close enough.
I'll give you an X7.
That was an X7, yes. But I was thinking back in my mind, it's like, has there been a father versus son fight at WrestleMania? And then thinking back, I was like, well, of course, at what many people consider the greatest WrestleMania ever, WrestleMania 17, there was Vince versus Shane, right?
That wasn't the highlight of the night, though.
No, it was kind of a sloggy type match. This was, in my opinion,
this one here actually felt like a WrestleMania match. First
of
all,
this was the exact opposite of Vince versus Shane.
I popped so hard when Dominic came out with his entrance, where he came out of the paddy wagon all locked up with the guards, and
my
he's
brother
wearing
and I were
a
laughing hard.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like, yo, that's a great entrance.
Yeah, that was great.
And then Mysterio one-ups him by having Snoop Dogg and the Lowrider come out to nothing but a G thing, which then turns into the Eddie Guerrero theme song as they turn the corner.
La Raza, yes.
And then the Mysterio's actual Booyaka theme song when he hits the top of the stage. By the way, that stage was pretty cool tonight.
Yes.
It looked like the ramp-up stage that you get at the Oscars. I was expecting Will Smith to come out and slap someone.
Well, all the slapping was happening in the ring. That's why. He didn't have to come up and do it. It was just whatever. A Will Smith cameo would have been cool.
Just to slap somebody?
Yeah, just to come in and slap somebody. Yeah.
If he slapped him, he would have got all his popularity back.
Yeah.
I would laugh to the point if his career went to, I guess I'll be the slap guy from now on.
Yeah, he comes out and slaps the guy in the prime bottle. It's gonna happen. That
would have been funny if that was the reveal. He slapped him and the thing came off and it was his face.
Yeah.
Man, they really should have got Will Smith for this.
Okay, should have had the sound effect too, where when he did the slapping of somebody hitting a plastic milk jug, just a tunk.
But the entrances in this one made it feel like a real WrestleMania for the first time in the whole night.
Yeah.
And then the match itself, I liked it. It was a good father beating up his son when he takes out the belt and whips his ass. I mean, that was great.
Right, exactly.
But they had me the whole match. They did such a great job, both of them.
Almost 15 minutes. This was 14 minutes and 55 seconds. So, it was a great, I thought, back and forth affair. Let's see if I can rotate down and find a finish for this thing, just to explain this. The Judgment Day versus LWO. I think that kind of got launched nicely. We're gonna get that's probably on the undercard for Backlash. I would think. I think that's going to be the next obstacle for Judgment Day.
Or maybe a SmackDown or two.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. Match was great. The storytelling was great. This is one of the stories I was looking forward to coming into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Weekend. I believe it delivered. The only distraction I had was the advertisements during the match. Nothing but Cinnamon Toast Crunch ads.
That didn't throw me off at all.
No, not in the slightest.
No, it actually didn't, because I remember Eddie versus Ray, Halloween Havoc. I think it was 97.
Slim Jim.
It was Slim Jim all over the
place. Yes.
So I'm seeing the Cinnamon Toast Crunch all over the place. I'm like, meh, whatever. Advertisement and wrestling. Cool.
I mean, remember this a few weeks ago too, before it got nixed, was potentially going to be Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley in a Cinnamon Toast Crunch match. So I think they got the better bang out of the buck. So there we go. Yeah, exactly.
Less Bray Wyatt, the better.
Yeah.
Didn't the tax thing, weren't they the logo in the tag team match?
Yes.
Everywhere.
Intuit Quick Tax.
Yeah.
Sponsorship. Yeah.
It's like I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. They're getting sponsored for WrestleMania now.
They ran an ad prior to the match, and then they saw it on their on the replays on the double features and that stuff. Which the sponsors usually back in the day would just sponsor the double features anyway. So
yeah.
But it's less it's less than like the Mountain Dew match earlier this year.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed the spot with Ray and his sister and splash water each other.
Yeah.
Great story. And it ended with, I think, the match that will be in Puerto Rico, which will be Dominic versus Bad Bunny.
Yeah, we saw the scenes about that with Bad Bunny getting involved at the end by pulling the chain away. Yeah, I think you're definitely going to have Bad Bunny wrestle on that card. I don't think he's going to be just a show host like The Miz was this weekend. And even The Miz got involved in the match. We'll talk about that a little bit later on the review here tonight. But yeah, I think that's a smart move because that's going to be something that you can build. You're going to get a hot Latino crowd down in Puerto Rico and Puerto Rican crowd and you name it. And it's going to be great. It's May 6th. That's going to be an awesome pay-per-view for sure. They've gotten WWE dropping nothing but bangers so far this year. Now, knock on wood, it continues into tomorrow night here a little bit, but I think with this, a lot of people talking about tonight being the weaker of the two WrestleMania cards and how good it turned out. I think that tomorrow night might be it might be a classic. We'll have to wait and see for sure. But moving on, continuing to talk about tonight's card, WWE Women's Championship. Well, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the title and a title change. Yes, a new champion. In 23 minutes and 35 seconds, Rhea Ripley defeats Charlotte Flair via pinfall for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The runtime, again, 23:35. Match of the night, guys? In your opinion, your vote? If you had to vote in the match of the night poll, are you voting for this one?
Myself, I am. I'm a fan of this style of wrestling. I've been following strong style for about 5-6 years when I first discovered it, and this is definitely a New Japan style stiff match, and it delivered. I believe it's probably the best women's match at WrestleMania.
Oh, by far, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it might even be top 10.
Okay.
That's how much I love this match.
Okay, TL.
I'm saying no because Bianca and Sasha is still the standard.
Oh yes, yeah, from 21, yes.
Yeah, the actual main event
21.
of that one. That was still better. This is a great match. Crowd's a little weird, but I think it's because they like change. They like seeing things happen differently, and everyone kind of digs Rhea Ripley. So good for her. Good solid match. You're right. It was pretty much a Japanese strong style match. Now you say that, and I think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, shit, it was too. Yeah, solid wrestling. Charlotte Flair looks like a star, like she always does. Rhea Ripley, great look, great presentation, well deserved. They both worked really hard in this one. I mean, just great wrestling. The only thing that it's not the match of the night for me is the build-up was nowhere near as strong as what the main event was, and the build-up is what made the tag team match the main event. And there was so many layers to that, and it's been going for so long. The main event was the match of the night for me.
It was kind of goofy to build between Rhea and Charlotte a little bit because, you get one of them on Raw talking, and then the next week or later in the week on SmackDown, the other one would rebut. And then when they finally had their face-to-face and that stuff, I mean, Rhea is so tied with the Judgment Day. You're always watching to see who else is lurking around with that and that stuff. And then there was the 1 week where Charlotte came out dressed as a high-visibility safety vest. Did you guys see this on SmackDown a few weeks ago where she came out dressed in a neon yellow and reflective silver cat suit type thing?
All I know is
I'm going to do a Google and try to find this, but
all I know is that they did not build this one enough, especially with the elements of they've had a WrestleMania match before for the women's title where Rhea Ripley did not get the job done. They did a little bit in the package before this match started. But I mean, all of that should have been done weeks ahead leading into this match on your SmackDowns and your Raws. They just didn't do the build-up properly. But because of that, I guess the match over-delivered.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Fair. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The one thing I did, Charlotte's entrance, I thought was very Frozen inspired.
Oh yeah, with the Queen and that stuff. Well, her whole thing
I don't think
now
she can get away with that. My little niece always, whenever Charlotte's on TV, says, "Look, Elsa." I'm like, "What?" Okay, I guess. Sure.
It was all blue and ice, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
The kids know.
Nothing's coming up, but if I find it, I'll find it. I'll post it on Twitter after the show tonight, and that's within the next week. But I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago on SmackDown when they had like a face-to-face, and there was little videos of it during the pre-match vignette tonight. If you were watching on,
it's over, man. Let it go. Let it go. It's over.
Yeah, on the network or Peacock.
Let's go to the main event.
Yes, let's go to the main event for sure. We'll go.
We don't have the main event yet. We have the filler.
Oh, yes, shit. That's right. Yeah. Thank you very much for reminding me, because this was an actual match that popped up, and it was a last-minute match. So last minute, I don't have a graphic for it. It was Pat
McAfee.
Yes,
McAfee.
Thank you.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee versus The Miz in a singles match.
He fought Ms. Norton.
Ms. Norton, right. What's pulling me up is doing a little cleanup around here, and that's if I found an old virus box for McAfee, the virus thing, and so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course. But there we go. But anyway, this thing, 3 minutes and 40 seconds, very impromptu match between Pat and the Miz, and so he gets in. Pat grabs another victory at WrestleMania, so he's 2-1 to correct Michael Cole, because don't forget he had that impromptu match with Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, at last year's Mania after the match with Austin Fury. So
Corey Graves had a good line, because as soon as McAfee...
Oh, Corey Graves was awesome during the segment. This was his Bobby Heenan 1992 moment.
Absolutely, that's exactly what it was. This is the Bobby Heenan moment, especially when Michael Cole's like, "Is it April Fool's Day? Is this an April Fool's? Is this Pat McAfee?" And Corey Graves is like, "Well, it looks like the fool's here."
Mm-hmm.
Or even when they shot the desk and Cole's bragging about him, and then Graves puts his legs up, it's kind of just sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was.
I was secretly hoping that LA Knight would have been the guy coming out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, or Lashley, because Lashley had cut that promo after winning the Andre the Giant last night, saying that he would be part of the WrestleMania festivities this weekend. Watch out, somebody going to get their head kicked in or something like that, right? So, we had seen that, and I had assumed it, and I thought that okay, this was going to be an open challenge. Miz would be like, no, here's Lashley, and then we would have seen Lashley dominate in that encounter, but. I guess
to me, LA Knight makes more sense just because it is LA. That could be his big face turn, as turning on the heel from the Miz, from a guy.
Oh, maybe
from LA.
Yeah,
could be. Or it could be more of a
I see
situation where
in the almost match tomorrow.
Yeah, or it could be a situation where Lashley walks out if LA Knight's cutting a promo or something like that tomorrow night too, which would be a waste, but. That's also the way that WWE has gone lately with LA Knight, right? So
God likes him.
And the Miz is the Miz. So, he might come back in his armor and sling tomorrow night or something like that, and a couple black eyes or whatever. And
I gotta say, he was a shit host.
George Kittle getting involved in that match from the 49ers as well. Dude is jacked about WWE. It's kind of cool to see mainstream athletes loving WWE and all that stuff. So I'm a Seahawks fan, so got the little bit of a rivalry with the 49ers, but still cool to get the big name NFL players.
Why are you bringing the 49ers guy to the Charger Stadium?
Yeah, great question. I have no idea. Or the Rams Stadium. I mean, come on, the Rams just won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but they sucked this past season.
They did, yes.
Wasn't Kittle an AEW guy? Like, doesn't he wear the Penta mask?
He's just a wrestling guy in general. I think he's
been. Somebody on the 49ers actually wears the Penta mask and does the Zero Mierdo.
Zero Mierdo? Okay. Well, maybe.
Maybe he just got paid well, so.
You get off, you get offered free seats at WrestleMania, you'll change your tune very quickly.
I guess so.
Very quickly, especially if they're ringside, right? So, and then
which is funny because he was sitting in the seats that Mysterio's family was sitting in just earlier.
Oh, that happens. I've been to enough of these things to know. Yes, there are seats that you can't buy online and that stuff because they're sectioned off, and then you see them just in that section, and it's like, oh, okay.
And they hire actors to be next to the family, so they sit next to rowdy people.
Yep. Earlier in the night, the dudes that all had the color corresponding Prime shirts were sitting kind of close by there too. So I think there were kind of more Logan Paul's people were using those as well. So they're kind of like a rotating seat thing.
Makes sense. Main event.
Main event. Yes, indeedy, for sure. The main event for night 1 of WrestleMania was a tag team match. The first tag team main event at a WrestleMania night since 1985. The very first one with Hulk Hogan, Mr. T versus Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. Classic event. This was a classic as well. You had the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Match presented by Intuit TurboTax for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championship. This thing went 24 minutes and 15 seconds, and it is a classic. It is the closure of the Sami Zayn kind of branch, we think, to the Bloodline storyline a little bit.
No.
At least a closure to the Usos side of the Usos Sami Zayn. Do you think there's more?
Of course there's more. The Usos lose the tag team championships to their enemies. They're going to try and get that back.
Right. But in what fashion?
I still think the Usos are going to start to turn on each other first.
Okay.
And then Solo and Jimmy will be a tag team.
Without Jay?
Well, we didn't see Solo tonight, did we?
No.
Okay. That's a
I don't know,
theory.
but when it comes to this match, the only bad thing I'll say is too many super kicks and leg dive slaps. Besides that, the story was amazing. They told a great story in the ring. They had me captivated the entire time. The false finishes were plentiful, but holy crap, did they get me on a couple of them. And it extended the match that much longer every time they hit a false finish. I'm just like, holy shit, this is the greatest tag match I've ever seen.
That's
of course,
right.
Not really, but I mean, it just makes it feel like that because of the circumstances and the story. It was just beautifully done. Props to all 4 of these guys. Good for tag team wrestling. And what an amazing story.
No, it's
pulled
great.
Off perfectly by these 4.
I've sent a copy because WWE went a week ago or so and uploaded just the entire Bloodline storyline from basically the genesis of this back last April on to now. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out on the WWE's official account. I think it's like an hour 47. And I've been spamming this thing out to my non-wrestling friends and that stuff and saying, this is the hottest thing in pro wrestling. This is all you need to know going into this weekend if you're going to go watch at a bar with buddies or whatever. This is it. This is what you just watch this. This is your back lore and information and that stuff and whatever. And a couple of them have messaged me back and be like, oh, you've been checking this out all year? This is unreal, you know? Like this is old school Attitude Era stuff. And I'm like, it's pretty dang close, isn't it? Right. So yeah, a very, very fresh match, very, very fresh storytelling throughout it and that stuff. And what effect does this lead into tomorrow night with Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship now? This is the thing, is that the Empire's starting to crumble a little bit. You know, the lapdog, he's gone, and now he's got the tag team titles with basically the mortal enemy of the Bloodline. You know, and so some of the gold is leaving and everything. What does this do to Roman's psyche, if anything, against Cody Rhodes? Like, it's just, this branch now is all of a sudden just gone whoop, right out the window, right? So, very cool. Very, very cool. My favorite match of the night, for sure. I thought that it was it might actually, this one might actually be one of my favorite matches of the entire week so far, too, because I've been checking out some of the independent stuff that's been happening and Ring of Honor last night and and so on and so forth. And there hasn't really been anything really to write home about on the independent super shows or anything other than, apparently Kota Ibushi's an independent wrestler now. Yay. So that's about the only thing I've been getting out of all these shows and that stuff. But so that's that. And then unfortunate injury last night on the Ring of Honor card to Dante Martin, where shattered ankle on a needlessly gimmicky spot, I felt, in that ladder war or whatever. I still have yet to watch that match in full. I'm working my way up to it, but yeah, that's about it. And then apparently today NXT Stand and Deliver, Braun Breaker is no longer the NXT champion. It's Carmelo, not Carmelo Anthony, but Carmelo Davies, right? Davis?
Hayes?
There we go. Yeah.
You're thinking of a basketball player.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Yeah, LeBron James and
LeBron James.
Carmelo Anthony.
Davis.
Yeah.
Is he Anthony Davis?
And they've done some weird stuff with their women's title because their women's champion got sick and then felt better. So that's basically it. That's what that was.
But we haven't heard from the house about this main event.
Oh, we haven't. That's right. Go.
No, it was a great match. The storytelling is phenomenal. What's brought me back into watching WWE has been this story. Rumble, I always watch Rumble just because I'd watch Rumble. This year, it actually made me want to watch Elimination Chamber for the first time ever. Mm-hmm. And I watched Elimination Chamber, and it was also a banger. And the story continues now. We're at Mania, which I don't think the story's going to end at Mania. I don't want to say anything for tomorrow night, but I don't think the fans are going to go home happy.
Oh,
that was my prediction too.
Wow. Well, yes, we've all done spoiler for tomorrow night's show. We've all done bingo cards that Morehouse has found online through I don't have it in front of me, but there was a podcast that put it out there and said, hey, here's your bingo cards for WrestleMania weekend. Pick your favorites in these matches. So we're going to take a look at the bingo cards at the end of tomorrow night's stream. My bingo card, it took a little, I think I went 500 on it for night one on the stuff that you could select on it. So
I think I went 100.
Oh, wow. There we go.
I don't remember.
I have your bingo card, by the way, TL, but I just have it on the phone, and I'm using my phone as the webcam here, so I can't really reach it and change around and see it. But I do have it. Yes.
Okay.
We'll see it tomorrow, which is the plan of it. It's going to be the big reveal of everything tomorrow during the stream for tomorrow night. That will be the shank of the evening tomorrow. So there we go. Let's do the rankings out of 10 first. While that's going on, I'll get you guys the match of the night vote over on my Twitter at Kellen Nitro. In fact, I think the voting period has expired, but if it hasn't, go over there right now and vote for your pick for match of the night. Blah, blah, blah. Morehouse, give us your out of 10 for the evening, your ranking. What do you think?
Out of 10, 6.5. 6. Yeah. We'll go 6.
Oh, just 6? Okay.
Just 6.
Okay. Hang on. There's a gimmick for that. Yes. Boom. And tell me the reasoning why you got to the 6 there.
The highs of the night, the two main events, the main event and the upper second to the last main event were bangers. I thought they were phenomenal matches that I'd be happy to revisit. The rest of the card, I will forget about after I wake up tomorrow morning.
Okay. Fair enough. TL, what is your selection out of 10 for night one?
I'm going to go with a 7.5.
Okay, there we go.
I think it was like the early part, the first half of it was meh to junk.
Yeah.
And then the second half of it ramped up all the way to the point I feel like by the end of WrestleMania weekend, you're going to have if you take all the good stuff and take out the bad stuff, you'll have one super event to go back and watch.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the original idea why we split these shows is because you went to that WrestleMania that was 9 hours long.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't want to revisit something like that again. It was very long, obviously, and it's not only a wear and tear on the performers; it's a wear and tear on the fans in the building.
Those poor fans.
Yeah, exactly. And this is just like, why do you go that long for anything? That's about it. Like, there's not even What's the longest potential sport you can watch right now? Is it still baseball out of the major four, I guess? Cricket? Okay.
Woo! Cricket.
Cricket's what, 6 hours?
It depends.
It could last days.
That's not true.
TL is a former cricket superstar.
No, not at all. I used to play.
But if you're going to look at North American
the
sports,
longest that broadcast can go is 8 hours.
Okay.
It's not a continuous 8 hours. It is a broken up 8 hours.
Okay, so they show you highlights. They'll cover it for like 3 or 4 hours and then break for a bit and then come back for like the final
something
2.
like that.
Yeah. So okay, fair enough.
But yeah, for North American, it'd be baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Even though pitch clock has really improved the game.
Damn right it has. Thank God for that thing.
It's fun watching these pitchers panic on the mound now. When it gets close to the end of the clock, they're like,
Gotta throw it.
They're almost like watching QBs in a CFL a little bit. You know, the ones that are not quite NFL ready, and they kind of look at the clock and they're like, So.
Oh, look at my bingo card. I got 6 right and 2 wrong.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
That is all.
And I think I'm free at the end of tonight. I got to take a look and see. So I'll have to look and see with that. My score for the card tonight, I'm going to go 6.5 out of 10. Again, the 2 matches that were highly ranked were the 2 of my favorites. The Rhea and Charlotte women's match was surprisingly good. It was, it really, like, this is the match I wish they would have had, back in 20 back in 20.
Pandemic Wrestlemania.
But it was the pandemic Wrestlemania. It was in the Thunderdome and all that BS. So there we go.
Not even Thunderdome then. That was just
that was just the
empty building.
The performance center.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Oh God.
Nobody's revisiting those warehouse matches.
Nope, exactly. Yep. I mean, that's part of the reason why I can't watch NXT is because there's still broadcasts from out there, but that's just me. But oh man, like the 2 last matches, the women's match was really good. The tag match was really good. Dom versus Ray was really good. I even enjoyed, like I said earlier, I enjoyed Seth and Logan for what it is,
Good stuff.
It's good stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, there's 4 matches right there. What has the rewatchability on this one? Well, definitely Ray and Dom. If they go ahead and do a anthology on Ray's career and that stuff, that's got to be in there, I would think.
Yep.
Which is going to be awkward in about 5 years when you're looking at the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bannering all around there. But who cares, right? It wasn't as obnoxious as the Pitch Black bannering at the Royal Rumble, right? So can't win either way. But going into that main event, 2 matches there, the women's match delivered, and then of course you knew that the tag title match was going to deliver, and it did, and it was good, and it was awesome. So yeah, 6.5 out of tonight. I'm gonna have to do some math tomorrow and remember these rankings, boys, because we're gonna have to do an on average out of the 2 nights, what everybody got and whatever. So yes, well, they're saved here. I'll do the math later, and we'll reconvene tomorrow and talk about it. But we have to also see what our people say, what the people said on Twitter for match of the night. So here is your winner for the match of the night poll for night 1 for WrestleMania, and the winner is Charlotte and Ray with 50% of the vote. How about that? 50% of the vote. So half of the vote got match of the night for night 1.
You're all wrong. You're all wrong.
So not a unanimous, but a good number of people had 50%. Right on. Hey, that's democracy in action.
Doesn't work.
No, hey, it worked great tonight. It works awesome at Mania time for sure.
All right, wrap it up.
Trying to do a B pay-per-view in August. Yeah, good luck. That's it. And of course, it's a stream, so I have to do my usual. Here's Warrior getting,
I forgot. Good, sir. Wrap this up. You can make it a nice live 1 hour.
Yes. Okay. So, again, we will rejoin you guys tomorrow night for night 2, an opinion and review right after the show goes off the air. wherever it is in your time zone. I guess that's across the line. It'd be about 10:30 for us out here in the Mountain Time Zone. But for Morehouse, who is technically here, we'll talk to him. You're coming back tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, I'll be in better circumstances tomorrow night.
Okay, cool. Excellent. And TL, you're coming back, obviously.
I sure hope so.
We will move the Underticker to rest in peace until tomorrow night. And see you guys. Happy wrestling watching for the rest of the independent events this weekend and everything. And we'll catch you next time here on Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited. Do take care.